Witches. Those believed to possess malignant supernatural powers and the ability to call upon spirits through the practice of witchcraft. The concept of witchcraft and the belief in its existence have persisted throughout recorded history in many diverse forms, including both primitive and highly advanced cultures, culminating in their modern depiction as evil, wart-nosed cackling beings riding through the sky on brooms wearing pointy hats. My name's Anthony Padilla, and today I'm going to be sitting down with witches to learn the truth behind this enigmatic world of the occult. Is the idea of evil witches in modern society merely a product of corporations capitalizing on our fascination with all things scary? Or is there a deeper, more sinister truth to these beings hiding within our society? Are witches just harmless people with vivid imaginations and a unique connection with our world? Or are they inherently evil devil worshippers who fantasize about sucking the souls dry of everyone around them for everything they're worth? Hi, Monica.
Hello, nice to meet you.
Hey, Dylan. Hi, Shauna.
Hi, nice to meet you.
Thank you so much for coming out and teaching me about the wondrous world of witches.
Of course, I'm always recruiting new coven members.
So what do you consider yourself? A witch? A magical being?
A witch, definitely a witch.
I'm a witch. Technically and more specifically, I'm a strega, meaning that I practice Italian witchcraft. Strega is the Italian word for witch.
Witch.
Witch?
Definitely witch.
Just witch?
Yeah. There are a lot of misconceptions about that word, and I guess a lot of males are like, I'm sure you heard of warlock and wizard.
Yeah.
Warlock means traitor, and wizard is just some Harry Potter shit.
What does being a witch entail?
It encompasses being connected with nature, doing rituals for the full moons and the holidays.
Being a witch is being, one, the rebel, because you're standing out against the crowd, and two, it's incorporating magic into your daily life.
How long have you been a witch?
Over 10 years.
I would say that I've been a strega for about 5 years.
I think I was born a witch, to
You
be
were
honest with you.
born one?
Yeah. As a teenager, not knowing what I was doing, just like this inner thing prompted me to, like, the full moon is out, go gather something, some leaves, put yourself in a circle, put some candles around. I didn't know what I was doing until I formally really studied.
Is being a witch something you decide to be, or are you just born that way?
I believe it's a calling, just like a Catholic priest or a nun gets called to the clergy.
Essentially, witchcraft, the basis of witchcraft is that you're doing some element of folk magic. So no, you're not born a witch. There's no hierarchy. There's no it's in my DNA, because technically it's in everyone's. I'm sure you've had birthday parties and you've had candles and you've made a wish and you've blown on that candle to make a wish. We all do.
That's part of American culture.
That's witchcraft.
That's witchcraft?
That's witchcraft.
Are there certain rules that you have to follow in order to be a witch?
The important thing to remember is the rule of 3, which is anything that you do comes back to you times 3. So not only are you gonna get shoved, but you're probably gonna get punched in the face.
Negativity begets more negativity against yourself.
Exactly.
Or how is your daily life different as a witch than an average person?
Taking my dog for a walk is always an adventure, because I also scry and I see things in images and things. Did you ever look into the sky and look at the clouds and see images?
I'd see images and shapes in the clouds. I'd see faces in my popcorn ceiling
Yes,
growing up.
excellent, because you're scrying. That's what you're doing.
Scrying.
Right.
Are you actually able to perform magic?
Absolutely. We want to shut someone up, right? So someone's talking bullshit.
Yeah.
Okay, so you get a cow tongue.
Do you have to go there and rip it out yourself? Where do you get?
Yeah, I go deep into the woods. I find a cow.
Where do you get these?
Ralph's.
Ralph sells cow tongue for you to perform your magic with?
They know me. The tongue would represent the tongue of whoever's talking slander. So then you would make a slit in the tongue. You would write the person's name. I would use a few ingredients and herbs. I'd put that into the tongue. I go out into a park and I bury it. The thought process is that by doing that, you're correlating or tying the energy of whoever's talking gossip to that tongue, and that the more that they would talk slander and gossip, the more bad luck that they would bring upon themselves until they are forced to apologize or make amends in some way.
Do you proudly tell people that you're a witch, or do you keep it more of a secret?
It's obvious in the way that I dress and my demeanor, and I think I have so many tattoos that allude to the fact.
You think that someone would look at you and just would know that you're a witch?
Oh yeah. I have a goat right here, and everyone's like, oh my God, you're satanic, which is not true. The goat actually represents fertility and earth.
I mean, in the store, everybody basically knows, but...
And now the whole world also.
And now the whole world will know. But, because I want people to see me as me.
Yeah.
And for who I am. And then, I mean, it's happened so many times when someone likes me and then they find out I'm a witch and they're like, and I'm like, but it's still me. You still it's still the same person you
I'm
liked
still
a half hour
Monica.
ago. Yeah, so.
You try to make people know you for you first.
Yes.
And then you'll tell them, oh yeah, and also.
By the way.
I'm a witch.
Do you find that people are typically skeptical of your beliefs and your powers?
My husband is totally non-magical. He just puts up with all of my weird stuff. But then he'll text me when he's at work and be like, hey, this thing happened. Can you throw some cards on it? Like that
But
is
he'll
the
say
thing.
he doesn't believe
but he
any of
doesn't
it?
believe in it. He'll be like, nah, I have a lot of clients that have been canceling lately. Can we do a candle to kind of fix that? I'm like,
Right.
yeah, sure, no problem.
So you think people believe more than they say they do?
Absolutely.
Why do you think witches are generally associated with women and not men?
So once you go to the idea of Christianity, where Christianity is all about control, what ends up happening is that it becomes very misogynistic. So the female pagan gets put on trial, and if they are not Christian, they are obviously in league with the devil. So really, the whole thing of it is sex.
Can you immediately recognize another witch? Do you have good witch dar?
You would be amazed at who's a witch. I
Yeah.
mean, I know lawyers, doctors, teachers. I even knew a Catholic priest that actually came to a ritual. So, I mean, witches don't have to have a certain look. They can look just like you or anybody here or
Yeah.
the person next to you on the train.
How has being a witch shaped your perspective of the world?
I have seen all the prejudice that comes with being a witch.
Yeah.
And I think because of that, I see prejudice everywhere. To me, it's made me more open-minded.
So because
and-
people are judgmental of you, you're like,
Yeah.
there's no reason to be judgmental of me. In fact,
Right. There's no reason to be judgmental of anyone.
what's the most difficult part about being a witch?
Acceptance, people accepting who you are and what you stand for. That's the most difficult part.
And how does that make you feel when you receive that harsh criticism or judgment?
I kind of, by this time part of my life, I just kind of let it roll off the back because I always say, I know who I am. And it's okay if you don't know who I am, but I know who I am, and that's all that matters.
Do you find it offensive when people dress up as witches or commercialize witches for Halloween?
Believe me, I love a good broom. Brooms are used in witchcraft. So I have brooms all over my house.
But not for flying
But
on?
not for flying. Well, historically, yes.
What does that mean?
They would concoct an ointment made of plants, and they would put it on the base of the broom, and women would ride them.
Ride the broom.
Ride the broom.
What's
Ride the broom. They would ride the broom.
Oh, they would ride.
They would ride the broom.
Oh, they would ride.
Yes, and
the
then they would
broom.
fly.
Why do you think there's so often such an adverse reaction about witches in our society?
Because they're uneducated. Because
Yeah.
people don't know what witchcraft really is. They found out from Disney, sorry Disney, and portraying the witches as evil. Every witch is evil in
Right.
the cartoons.
The word witch can be used to negatively to insult someone as
Yes,
well.
and I do that sometimes too. I'll call
You're
them,
guilty of
"She's a
that?
witch," yeah, in a bad way.
Leslie Sanchez wants to know if you've ever had one of your spells come true.
I would say my average about 85-90%.
I did a spell for a very specific amount of money and I had a deadline. I'm like, I need this money or better. About 2 hours before my deadline, I got approved for a loan that I did not think I was gonna get. I'm like, what? Then a week later, I got an unexpected check for the amount that I specifically asked for.
That would make me 100% a believer.
That was where I was like, oh my God, I'm a witch. I'm a witch.
That was the moment?
That was the moment.
Can witches actually live forever?
Yes.
Yes?
I was born in 1692. No, I'm kidding. So the ancient Egyptians believe in immortality as long as someone speaks about you. So that's why I think you have this idea of living forever. It's because your family name lives forever.
Couldn't you argue that through the power of marriage, your name technically lives forever through
There
your
we
family?
go. Yeah.
Only the men
Actually
actually
only
live
the men
forever if you think
live
about
forever.
it. Iris Lynn wants to know how often people assume you're satanic or that you worship the devil because of the fact that you're a witch?
I actually had a client 2 weeks ago, lovely person. I did a candle for them, it worked. And they came back to me and they're like, you know, I just want to let you know, like, I know that you use the devil in your craft, but I really don't care because it got me to do what I want to do. I was like, wait, what? First of all, don't give the devil credit for my work.
Maya Papaya wants to know if you've ever tried to use a spell to hurt someone.
No. No. Okay, I'm lying. Before I knew what I was doing. I had this one teacher that was just really nasty and abrasive to me, and I was like, you know what, I'm done with her.
Yeah.
So me and a friend got together and we did a little thing, and then when we went back to school on Monday, she wasn't there.
Did you ever find out what happened to her?
Yeah, it was her father, who had the same initials as her, was in the hospital.
And you cast a spell with her initials?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow, yeah.
There are hexes and there are curses and there are things like that.
Yeah.
I just think that sometimes people need a kick in the ass. Here's when I realized that I was a witch and witchcraft worked. There was this chick, Bridget, in middle school, and she was a One day, I was reading this book, and it was like, if you want to remove someone from your life, you did a binding on them, or you sent them away, and you got a piece of their hair, and you tied their hair in 9 knots, and then you flushed it down the toilet.
Okay.
Okay, so I sat right behind Bridget one day, and got her hair, tied it 9 knots, flushed it down the toilet, and get this, I kid you not, within 2 weeks, she got in a fight with some other dude, and they had to do like, it's one or the other. Someone has to leave the class and get transferred to another class. So they put their names in a hat, and they shook the hat, and they pulled out her name, and she got sent to the other class, and I was like, I'm a f***ing witch.
So you mentioned that you could do a demonstration with me.
Absolutely. What I'm gonna do is called Cleromancy, the art of throwing lots or throwing bones. So we have our ancestral markers.
Okay.
So I put these at the corners. Okay, and these are not human bones.
What kind of animal does this belong to?
Raccoon, fox, coyote, gator.
And how'd you get them?
Crow. So they're all ethically sourced. I guess I should say that. And do you have a question you want to ask?
Will this video get over 1 million views?
Ooh. Okay, so hold it.
Okay.
Okay, you're gonna blow, shake, and throw. Ooh, there we go.
Okay.
So, first and foremost, do you see this jawbone right here?
Yes, I do.
So this has to do with communication. Okay, so if you promote it and you put it out there, it will. The gator foot.
So as long as I promote this video, it will get 1 million views?
Yes. If you have the intent of it getting 1 million views.
I do.
Boom.
You sure as hell bet your ass I do.
It will.
What do you think the biggest misconception about witches is?
One, that we are tied into the supernatural, that we can manipulate things for real, that we levitate, or that we actually believe that we can do that.
That we are evil and that we hurt people and eat babies and drink blood.
I have a parting gift for you.
Yay!
This is the best interviewer shirt, which you can get on padildoshop.com. That's the perfect shirt to do your witchcraft in. People will take you more seriously when you wear it. Trust me, look at me.
Okay, yeah, I know.
I have voodoo dolls at home of all of you. If you do not go subscribe to Anthony Padilla, I will be sticking needles in every single one.
All right, you got 5 seconds to shout out or promote anything you want directly into camera. Go.
Follow my podcast, The Witch in the Medium. Follow me on Instagram, Mystic Dylan Official.
Check me out on Instagram at Intuitive Shauna and check out my witchy podcast, Wine, Spirits, and Witches.
We have a new podcast and it's called Wine, Spirits, and Witches, and you can find that on SoundCloud.
Thank you so much, Dylan. I feel like I
you.
fully understand the wondrous world of witches. After spending the day with these witches, I've come to realize just how deeply they're able to connect with the earth and how they're able to see the magic behind what many of us may consider to be mundane. Who are we to judge these witches for thinking differently and experiencing the world in such a profoundly unique way, especially when being kind and accepting is at the forefront of their intentions? See you later. Bye, guys.
Press the like.
Keep that lit in the office. So in my
Lit?
room. Yep. I'm gonna start saying that every time I light my candles now. You're gonna hear that coming from upstairs in my office. Thank you for that.